session. And before going to today's session, do you have any questions from previous class about SLA definition? No, right? Okay. So in today's session, we will try to complete inbound email action. What is outbound email action? Like what is the difference? Then what are the email properties, like basic properties? Then what are events and what are notifications? Okay, notifications. If we could not complete all this today, we will continue tomorrow also, because this will take time. So before yeah, so before going to these two topics, so let's first understand what is the difference between inbound email action and what is called as outbound email action. So inbound email action. So just by these three words, we can understand like this is email. Some action is performed based on email reply or forward or new email something. So emails action, and inbound means which are coming through outside, like you are typing some email from your Gmail or something, and you are replying or you are emailing that to ServiceNow. So whatever email that ServiceNow receive from anywhere, like from its user or any outside guest, so we call that as inbound, okay, which we are sending to ServiceNow email ID. And we will see that also, like how we can get email ID, emails sent to ServiceNow instance. Just to understand, I am writing that it as instance. And outbound email. Outbound means whatever we are sending emails from ServiceNow, like whenever any incident is created, whenever any incident is resolved, in all those conditions we are sending an email, right? Email notification. So we call that as outbound email. Okay. So clear with these two differences? Outbound means which we are sending, ServiceNow is sending to outside, and inbound email action means emails which ServiceNow is getting from outside. Okay, clear?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
this is the basic difference. And let's explore some inbound actions, email actions. And so email, so inbound, here you can see inbound actions. It is inside this email, and it is actions. Okay, so you can see out of box we have 16 email actions. Okay, so you can see create incident, update incident, and we have some more also. Create incident, forwarded, update, like these are some are for incident and some are for problem. So let's filter incident one, incident table. Yeah, so we have around 5. That is if someone email to ServiceNow with some details like subject, body, something, it should create an incident in ServiceNow. That is the purpose of this. Then update incident, like if we whenever some incident gets created, user will get notified, right? And if he reply to that email, something should get updated. So this is for that purpose. Okay, and same update, this is same, this is incident creation, and this is assigned by like to whom it is assigned to, like if you want to assign that email to anyone. So for those things. So let me duplicate this again. So incident. So as in starting first class, we have seen that we can create emails in different ways. Like we can create from this platform, or we can create from we have 4 options here, and some companies even have some more options. So email, like first thing is to contact type. If you drop an email to ServiceNow, which we have seen in our inbound email action, if you drop an email with somebody, so that will get create some email will get created, right? So automatically we will set contact type as email, because this email this incident got created from email. That is the purpose. Then we have phone. If someone calls IT service desk and he requests to raise an incident, like my mouse is not working, my system is not working, so that IT service desk person will create an incident, and at that time of creation he will put contact type as phone, because he got request on phone. And self service, if you create an incident from service portal, okay, so if that is the purpose, if we create automatically, this field will get set automatically. And walk in, like if you go to service desk person in office directly, and if you request like this is the issue with my laptop, and you ask them, like if you are not even able to open your system, so at that time you will directly walk in, right? So at that time you can request IT service desk people to create an incident for you. So at that time they will create this walk-in type of incident. And some companies can even add some more features also if they want something, some other kind of things. Okay. Okay, so clear with this basic this normal field. Okay. Okay, and let me open one, so we will see, and we will create one more inbound action by ourselves. So you can see this is an email inbound action which is created by out of box. So you can give some name here, and it is the target table, on which table you are creating this email inbound action. Like if you select any particular table, if you have any requirement for creation of new incident, new ticket, so it will create that ticket on this particular table. Okay, you can give any table like change, problem, anything you want. Okay. And here are 2 types of action, like one is a record action and one is email reply. So record action means if you want to perform anything like create new incident, update new incident, or reopen a new incident, at that time you will choose this record action. And in some cases, if you just want to reply to an email, in that case you will use this reply email. Okay, that is the only difference. And we know about active and stop processing, just normal to prevent running of like 1 minute, let me over, prevent the system from running additional event actions after this one. Okay, because in some cases there might be some 2 or 3 email inbound actions from same thing, like uh, like we will see this in few minutes. If I give an example, you will understand this. Okay. So okay, and then we have these options like when to run, similar to like a business rule. Okay, business rule, when to run, like which condition, all those things. Okay, so in that we have this type. If type new and reply and forward. New, if you select new, if someone reply to this ServiceNow email ID, and there is if that is a new email. Okay, so if email type is new, then what you should do? If email is reply, like if some incident gets created, we will notify that user, right, this incident has been created, and we will drop an email to him from ServiceNow. If he replies to that email, what should happen? And if there is any email he is forwarding to someone, or he is forwarding that to ServiceNow, he is forwarding that to ServiceNow email ID, then what should happen? So based on this, like if this is new, something should happen. If that is reply types, something should happen. If that is forward, something should happen. So it will check and it will perform an action. And you might ask, like, how ServiceNow will know if that is an new, if that is an reply, if that is an forward? So if that is new, you mean that that is totally new, like new subject, new body, something that will not have anything related to ServiceNow. Okay, so that thing. And reply, when you can say reply, if that email subject has re-, like we normally get in our Gmail, right? If you are replying to something, we will get subject as re-. Okay, let me open one thing and we can see. System dot services dot user dot list. Admin. So here actually it is a default, by default email ID. Here I will give my email ID. So if anything get created or anything, I will get emailed to this ID. Okay. And let me check one more thing also. Email properties. Okay, this true. Okay, fine. So if any new incident gets created or something happens, I will get that email. Let me even create an incident so you can have a look. Caller, I am giving system administrator. Okay. And contact type nothing, and assigned to, I'm not giving anything, and test. And in few minutes I will get an email. It will take at least 10 to 15 seconds. So after that only email will get triggered. Not a triggered. Let me open my Gmail. Yeah, you can see that here. Incident number 10166 has been opened on behalf of me, right? So because I am caller here, so I will get this email, and you can see this is that email which I received. Okay, 10166 test and all these things. So nothing to configure this email ID. Like whenever something is created, that email ID will get sent automatically, at least for incident problem change, that is already configured. So nothing to do on that. Okay, so this is the email I got from ServiceNow. If I want to reply that, I'm clicking on reply. So where I can edit. Okay. It is not showing here. Oh, sorry, edit subject. Yeah, you can see when I click on reply, it is showing re-, right? If that email contains re-, and if that contains this watermark, like which we have discussed yesterday, ref, whenever ServiceNow sends any email, it will send this watermark also. So if someone replies to that email, so it understands like what was the exact email and to which email we are replying. To understand that, it will send this watermark. Okay, so it will check if that email has re-, and colon and this watermark. If that has this, then it will consider that as an reply email. Sorry, this re reply. Okay, and in some cases, if you remove re and if you just have only that watermark on the bottom, still it will consider that as an reply. Okay, if that has any water body, and if we are doing reply, but if we remove this re, still it will consider. Okay. Yeah, and same with forward, like fw, edit subject. Here when I forward, I try to forward, it will have fwd, right? So if it has fwd, so it will consider that email as an forward email. Okay. So that is how ServiceNow understands if that is an reply email or new or forwarded. Okay. So clear with this? Like when we can say that is new, forwarded or reply. Okay. And required role, if you can restrict this email inbound to any particular role, if that if they are some ITIL, only those people can, if they reply or if they forward, only something should happen, and if that person is not having that role, nothing should happen. You can restrict that here. Okay. And this is execution order. Execution order means if we have a number of 100 number of email inbound actions, so in which execution this we should run. Okay. And then from, like from any part, if you want to restrict from any particular email IDs, if you reply from only those email IDs, it should reply, it should perform some action. You can even do that. This is just to restrict. Okay. And there on the bottom we have this condition, like when you should do this, like when you should have like, let's see, for example, when email body contains something like mouse not working, if body contains this message, only this only then this email action should perform. You can even give some conditions, such conditions. Okay. So clear with this first one, like what are the types, required roles, from, and conditions. Okay. And here also those are conditions, like gs dot get user id, if you want to restrict that, or if you want to check gs dot has role ITIL something, you can give that here in conditions. Okay. So then next we have is actions, and this is just we'll see that action in few minutes. So this is description. If you are writing some email inbound action, you can give description, like what is this purpose and in which scenario it will run and what it actually does, just like a description. Okay. And before going to action, just one thing, like as I told that we will have sometimes we will have multiple inbound email actions, and many of them are matching same conditions. But if this execution order is like 100, if you have one more email inbound that is of 101, 102, 103, if you have such 4 or 5, if it will be the first one to execute, right? After execution of this, if you want to restrict like 101, 102, 103, those execution orders to stop, then you have to select this. Okay. It will stop remaining in email inbound actions to perform. Okay. To run that. Then we have two options here, like when we go to actions. One is field. You can directly map fields, like as we have in business rule, we can directly map fields, right, without any code. So you can do same thing here, like some fields we can map from directly, and some fields we have to write code. Okay. So let's see one or two examples what we can do. So you can see this all are from incident. So you will have all incident fields here, like short description. 1 minute. Yeah. So some fields you can directly set from email, like email subject. If you want email subject to be sent to short description directly, then you can do. Then body, email body, then recipient like whom it is receiving, like service or service now email ID is receiving that, right? So recipient, sender, like in some cases caller, who is the caller. So in that case you can directly send sender from here, like who is the person sender, Gautam. So Gautam should get in caller field on incident. Okay, so that is the purpose. And from email, and then to set to what. Okay, this is because we have selected this field. Let me select any other field. Then short description to, you can give any string, like any sentence you want, you can set that. Okay, so this is for that purpose. If you don't want to set the field directly, then again we have same thing like business rule. You can give current dot caller ID is equal to gs dot caller ID, like who is the person who is calling that. Then we have this current dot comment field on the incident. So if you want to send something in that, so we can set that here. Okay, and before going to that, one more thing I want to show. Like here on the top we see, where was that? So we have this email object here, email dot. If you write email dot, then we will have these many, all these things like email original, email dot original email, email dot body underscore text. It is not working. Let me do something. Still it is not working. Okay, no problem. So in such way you can set email dot original, then email dot body. So sometime you might ask question like how we can understand like what is inside this, like what is email dot original, what is email dot body, then what is email dot subject, all those things. So to check all those things, email, sorry, objects, service now. So this is the list which ServiceNow has provided us. Okay, so from here you can understand like email dot to. Okay, then email dot direct, like here is the explanation. Email dot to means like to whom we are sending, that is the recipient. Okay, and it will contain recipient and CC both. Okay, and here is email dot direct. Okay, the contains a comma separated list of email address is in to. So you just differences like here in email.to, he is pulling to and CC email IDs both, but in email.direct he is pulling only to. Then we have email.copy, here he will pull only CC. In some cases you want to check like who are the people in CC of that email, right? So you can directly give email.copied and you will fetch all the people who are in CC. Okay, then email.body, then email.html, like if you have any HTML thing on your email, like any logo or all those things, you can pull from here. Like email from, like who is the person who is sending that, sender. And on the bottom we have one more thing, like email from sysid, like who is the person sending that, we can find his sysid. Then email.original we have on our example, right? Then email subject, email recipients, like who are the recipients, recipients.array. If you have multiple recipients, those are comma separated, you can that will be in array format. Okay, then content type, which type of content is that. Okay, then header, then importance, like if sometimes we send emails with importance like high priority, low priority, if we are sending for our business, right? So based on, sometimes if you are creating an incident and you are setting this importance, So based on this importance, it will set your incident as priority 1 or priority 4 based on this importance. Okay, so that is the purpose of this importance. So let me, okay, so already we have that examples here. So now I think you understand like what we have inside email.original, then what we have inside email.body, then what we have inside email.subject. So whatever we get from email, we will set that here. Okay. So email.subject, we will set that in short description. Then we are hard coding this. Like if we get any email, this should be the category, and state should be, email state should be new. Sorry, incident state should be new. Then current dot notify, this too, and current type, contact type, which we have just seen, right? So whenever we are getting anything from email, we will set this contact type as email by hard coding. Okay. Then we have this also, like current dot email dot body dot assign, like to whom we want to assign this ticket. So based on that we can assign. And we have seen this email dot importance, right, on the last. If that email dot importance is high, then we will set this impact and urgency also to high. Okay. If that is low, then we will set some other thing. Okay. So these are how we can set our fields on the incident from email ID, from email. So I will drop an email. Let's check that. Before that, let me go to incident and what are the total counts of incident. Okay, we have total of 95 incidents, and then I will drop an incident. So how can I drop, and to which email ID I can drop? One thing is you can directly copy your dev URL, that dev, and your email ID will be like dev, your that number at the rate ServiceNow, ServiceNow developers.com. This will be the your email ID, default one. Okay. So if you reply to this, it will create incident and it will update all those things. But if you still want to check, then go to email, scroll down. Here you will have all the things related to email, like email notification, email templates, that all those things. Where is that again? Inbound actions, all those things. We have one more thing also here. Yeah, email accounts, I guess. Yeah. So here are the email accounts from where we can see. These are SMTP, POP3, like for sending and receiving from where it should send, like is that of SMTP or this time. Okay. So these are also out of box. You can explore this and you can check email IDs inside that if we have. Okay. So here is the email ID, right? We were seeing, like if we receive any email from ServiceNow, we'll receive from this email ID. And you can see on the top dev1, our instance name @ServiceNowDevelopers.com. And let's check email also. So from where we are receiving, here you can see that your instance name @ServiceNowDevelopers.com. Correct. So you, if you have any doubt, you can even verify from this email account. Okay. So clear with this? How can you check email accounts? Like what to which email ID you have to send and you have to receive in ServiceNow. Right. So clear, right? So I will take this email ID. Compose an email, give that email ID, mouse problem, issue with my mouse. So I will send this email, and you can see this is a new one, like not a reply, not a forward. So I'm sending, and I am expecting ServiceNow should create an incident with these details by using that subject and email body. So go to incident, all. I'm expecting that should be 96. Not it, or maybe it will take time. So let's wait for 2-3 minutes. And still, if you want to check email, like if we are receiving email or sending email, so you can see all the receiving and sending all emails from here. So now you can see it has only one email which it has sent me while incident got created. So I'm expecting that email also receive one. No. Let me check email properties if those are active or not. Sending, receiving, all those are fine. Okay. And we will see about this email properties after some time. Incident. Okay, I did not get. Let me check this inbound. Do we have any conditions? So no, we don't have any conditions. Let me reload. Yeah, incident new. Everything is fine. No conditions. Only this action. It should create, but I don't know why it is not creating. Maybe it will take some time. No. Okay. So let me check another thing. I will reply to this email which we got, and let's check if something happens, because we have on one more inbound action also for reply. Hello. Something. So let's check if at least this is working. Then go to emails. No, it is not sending. Yes, we got that. So actually it is taking some time. Okay. So here is one which it sent when incident got created. And this one you can see receive, because we have sent one new and one reply. So based on that, it is showing here. And our subject, when I tried, this is mouse problem, right? So this is my subject, and to which email ID have sent, that is here. And second one, we have replied to this email, right? So you can see the subject, that is RE here, and that's email subject. So let's go to incident and let's explore that if new incident got created. And this will be based on server. Sometimes it will take 10 seconds, sometimes it might take 2 or 3 minutes. So all depends on system. So you can see 96 incidents and one new got created. Let me filter that. Created on today. So you can see these are the things that got created. And here is our mouse problem thing, okay, which we created from email. Okay, so it is setting caller ID, like who is the email sender, he is sending its caller ID. And we have seen that we have set this category hard codedly, and short description from email subject, and contact type is email, right? And then we have additional comments also, we have seen that, right? So where is that? So you can see first thing is email it received, and after that this all things got created, and this is your email from which user and what was the subject here, and that is in additional comments, because we have given subject email dot original email, and that it's a body, right? So it was my email's body, issue with my email. And let's verify that that is here. So this one, comments, received email from that email ID and its body, and it is setting that, right? And impact planning priority, like we have not given any importance, so it is setting something by default. Okay, that priority, impact, urgency. Okay, so clear with this? Okay, so then let's explore, like we have given reply to one of the email, right? So let even open that. So this was the existing email and existing incident, and for that we have replied, right? So let's see on the bottom if something happens. So here is all your email body, and only in email I have given that an incident, not this one. Yes, I have given just hello, right, in email body, and it is showing that one here. Okay, here is that all the things like email received, all those things, email received, and what was the body. Correct. Are you clear with these two existing out of box things, or any queries? Okay, then fine. Now we will create an email inbound by ourselves. Before going to that, sorry, inbound action. So before going to that, we are left with only 1 minute. I will send you new link. So we will continue new email inbound action there. Okay, I will send a link in 2 minutes.